Hello, welcome to the sprints. Thank you all for being here. So, while I'm waiting for you all in the comments to let me know what you're reading, I think we're going to first chat about what we're reading. So, I am currently reading Things We Do in the Dark by Jennifer Hillier. I'm only 30 pages in. I'm using this boring piece of paper as a bookmark, even though I have like a million beautiful bookmarks. It's just a scrap of paper. But I am enjoying it so far. But like I said, I'm only 30 pages in. So, what are you guys reading?
If I read, I'll be reading Glow because I need to get that finished ASAP for the book club. So I was supposed to be reading 10% a day, and that fell off the wayside over the last couple of days. So I need to play catch up.
I need to read that one still because that's the fourth one, right?
Mm-hmm. And so far, it's been my favorite in the series. I'm not a diehard fan like most people, but this one gives you a male perspective for a large chunk of the beginning, which I really enjoyed.
Sorry, my dog is being angry right now. Riley, what are you reading?
I'm reading it has a long title. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. It's so cute.
How far into it are you?
I'm listening to the audiobook, so I'm like an hour in, but it's like totally giving me House in the Cerulean Sea, practical magic, like those vibes.
That sounds so good. Okay, I need to pick this up. I feel like I have no real witchy books on my radar right now, so I need to grab that one. What about you, Hannah?
I have a long witchy book list of books I want to read. And I'm adding that one for sure. I'm reading Last Argument of Kings.
Still going. And that's the third one, right? The last one in the trilogy.
Yeah, and I'm just about I don't know. I'm just over halfway.
Pretty good, because that's a long one, right? It looked long when you held it up.
Yeah, Allie.
For epic fantasy, I don't think it's too long for like a third book. It's only 600 pages, but that's for epic, a third, the final book in an epic fantasy series. I don't think 600 pages is bad, but yeah, it's long.
Long compared to just like a regular book. All right. Let me show some comments. Oops. Sorry, my computer is going super slow. All right, there we go. Hello, Chrissy. Last week's was a lot of fun, and since I don't have a community tab, I just wanted to tell everyone here. I will be starting to do weekly sprints on my channel, so every Monday, and they are going to vary between this time and an earlier time. So next week's Monday sprints will be at noon Central Time, and then the week after we'll be back at this 5:30 time. That way, hopefully I can work with a bunch of people's schedules if you need daytime sprints or evening sprints. So just as a heads up, I'll always be here on Monday. I made them on Monday because I'm like, I hate Mondays. So sprints are fun. I'm going to make Mondays a little bit better. Hi, Michelle. Hello. No worries. Thanks for coming. Yeah, it sounds like we are all enjoying them so far. Hi, Ray. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Stephanie. Let me know what you guys are reading. I see lots of highs, but not a lot of I am readings. Hello. Bad experiences with witchy books. Yeah, I feel like I haven't found a witchy book that I absolutely love yet, but I've liked a lot of witchy books. I just haven't found a 5-star.
Yeah.
Because have you guys read Go Hex Yourself? I think it was called. It was like last. I read that one, and that one was getting a lot of hype for being a fun witchy book, and then it was just a 3-star for me. It was fine, but
there were a bunch that came out last year, and I think I only read 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, I had them all on my radar, and then Go Hex Yourself not being as good as I wanted it to be kind of made me be like, I'm gonna move away from witch stuff for now.
Yeah.
Have you read the
X Hex was another one that came out. I haven't read that yet. I feel like so many of them came out, and then I got them all mixed up, and I was like, I don't know which ones are good or which ones were bad.
Have you read The Ravens?
Yes, I actually did like that one a lot.
I liked that one.
That was
It's
fun.
not
That was,
like it's not a romance though.
yeah,
it's
it's like a
Slasher
fantasy.
meets witchy meets.
I liked
debutante.
the sorority vibes
Yeah.
with the witchy vibes. Reading The Raven Tower. I don't think I've heard of this book before.
Was that one Anne Leckie?
Maybe. Still eating dinner. What are you eating, Lexi? House in the Cerulean Sea and Practical Magic vibes. That is going on the TBR. Yep, my exact thoughts. Practical Magic, I did enjoy. I haven't read the other books in that Practical Magic series, though. Are they? I feel like they're not as good as Practical Magic. Who knows? Watching The Fosters instead of reading because they have a headache. Ugh, I had a really bad headache yesterday and didn't end up reading anything because of that. I hope you feel better soon, Charlie. Hello, Jessica. I'm running errands, but when I get home, I'll be rereading Lock and Key Volume 1 and then moving on to the second one. Nice. Have you guys read Lock and Key? I haven't.
I have read the first 3. Can you not stand on me? But unfortunately, I like the show better. So I read the first one, really enjoyed it, watched the show, enjoyed the show, and then tried to go back and read the volumes. And I don't like them this way. So it was a sad day.
I read the comics like when they were coming out, so it was a long time ago. And then I also watched the show, but like the comics weren't fresh in my mind, so they were almost like 2 separate things for me. So I like both.
I don't like the new season of the show though. It didn't do it for me.
I haven't watched the new one yet.
Hello, Tammy.
I think I watched TV the last like 3 days. I watched both seasons of Only Murders in the Building on Saturday and Sunday. And now I'm sad.
I'm still watching season 2. I've been trying to like slowly watch it because
I wish I had done
vibes.
I liked season 1 so much more than season 2. I can't lie about that. Only Murders. I found season 2 parts of it. I don't know. They just didn't they weren't active enough for me in season 2, I feel like. And I hated the Gen Z character. I'm being vague so as not to spoil anything, but I just found that character like kind of cringy. And I was secretly hoping she was going to get caught by the murderer.
Season 3 though. I think it could be good.
I'm still liking the show. It's just season 1 is so much better to me. Michelle is editing. Stephanie is reading Crown of Midnight. Oh my God. Give me 1 second.
I have been there. Did you hear that?
My dog's usually pretty good. Hank's he's a giant pit, but he doesn't really go crazy too much unless someone comes up to our house. But we live in the middle of that a 6-acre lot, so unless it's the mailman with a package, which doesn't happen often.
Ooh, so you're better than me. I ordered too many packages.
Unless it's Christmas or something.
I was thinking about putting him in the other room for this, and I was like, nah, he's been fine all day. And then right when we start, he's losing his mind.
Mine will usually stand in the window and bark at things, so.
Finish your August TBR and move reading. I finished my August TBR too, so I'm just trying to fit in as many book club books. That's why I'm reading Things We Do in the Dark, because it's Gabby Reed's book club book. So I'm like, how many can I participate in? Mood reading Frostheart, Rise of the World Eater. Nice. I need to read more middle grade for sure. I think that's going to be a October, November goal.
I was planning to read Empty Smiles, but didn't happen.
Picking up Saga Volume 2, reread, and then continuing Deadlands. I need to reread Saga also. I did all of them. Yeah, did you read all of the Saga ones? Or I've only gotten up to the 6th volume, I think. Not for any reason I stopped. It was just, I don't know, I randomly stopped. They're so good.
2.
Only to 3.
I really enjoy them.
Weirder than I was anticipating.
I really like the art style in Saga too. I love seeing all the crazy character drawings because a lot of those characters are so inventive. Love them.
Yeah, they're weird. Good weird.
I am reading The Problem with Forever by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Jennifer L. Armentrout has so many books that I've never heard of. I think I know all of her books, and then I hear about this one, for example. I'm like, what?
She She has a backlist.
Yeah. I used to read her books a lot, like even back in middle school, I think, but apparently I don't. She has a lot of books I feel like no one talks about, which is surprising for how popular of an author she is.
She's got two different names too. So she's J.L. Armentrout in the romance world and Jennifer L. Armentrout in fantasy.
Just editing, but on your drive you'll be listening to The Perfect Stranger. I think I'm reading that book for my September TBR. So you'll have to let me know. I know you say it's good now, but if it ends good or not. I'm reading Throttled by Lauren Asher because Formula One started again, and after a break, and I needed something quick for the end of the month. I've been seeing this book everywhere. I have not read it yet, though. I can picture the cover in my mind.
Didn't Steph read this recently or something?
Maybe. I feel like a lot of people are reading this book, and it's all over my Instagram, too. Reading a textbook for school. Fun. Nice. Reading the book that Michelle sent. Yes. You're right, and Lucky. Yay. Love Only Murders. I love the chemistry between the three main characters in Only Murders in the Building. They're so beautiful together. Even in interviews, I feel like that's just their vibe, like not even their character vibe, but their real life vibe too.
At first, I thought Selena Gomez was going to be a bit too like one-dimensional for me, but she grew on me.
Yeah. Yeah, at first, I definitely thought she was going to be, one of those cool girl characters that doesn't care about anything, but she is so much more.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know what Death God's Sacrifice is, but it sounds intense. 12:30 a.m. couldn't sleep. I guess it's time to read. Hello. Hello. Hello, Deb. Bonkers Romance just released their Kickstarter ebook, so I'm going to choose one of them. Ooh, that's fun. And not very far on, but the steamy starts super early. I already am crushing hard on the male main character just because of the narrator. That's good. No, like 70-year-old man narrator, like how they work. My Killer Vacation. Have you guys, My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey? Apparently, I didn't listen to the audiobook, but some people listened to the audiobook recently, like Lexi and Michelle, and they were showing what the audiobook sounds like for the male narrator, and he literally has like the voice of a 70-year-old man.
Oh no, that's sexy.
He sounds like a Stephen King narrator with the like smoker 70-year-old man voice, and then he's supposed to be this hot 30-year-old guy. I'm like, that's not it. Deb is listening to Lucy on the Wild Side, aka the Gorilla Romance, and trying to be productive. This is from Strins earlier. She said she was reading a gorilla romance, and it sounds like a romance between gorillas. And I was like, that would be a really funny book, but it's actually a romance between people that work with gorillas.
Why am I less excited now?
I mean, I've read some crazy monster romance, but like,
I was like, where does monster romance cross the line into just being bestiality?
I just read Titan, and that was with the gargoyle, and that was really, really, really good. But I mean, yeah, gorillas.
I mean, we have I Married a Lizard Man. Come on.
We had
I've not read that.
Man, not lizard. Yeah, it was the worst narrator for My Killer Vacation. Hello, thanks for joining, Emma. Could see a gorilla romance happening one day. I could too, and I would probably read it. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, so we are going to start our first sprint. We are going to do a 45-minute sprint, and then we will chat. So I'm going to start the timer, and I will see everyone in 45 minutes. Hello. How did everyone do? I only ended up reading like 15 pages, maybe 20 pages. Because I was on the phone with my mom, and then I suddenly have 10 more books than I had at the beginning of this sprint because I got a giant box full of books from Book Outlet sale. And
Oh,
I've never had a package come this way before. The entire top of the box was gone. So it was just like an open box. It was
What?
like, there's no way all of these books are in here. All 10 books are in the box in perfect shape, like no damage at all. I'm like,
That's so weird.
like was
what?
the top ripped off or what? Like,
The top is just gone. Yeah, there's no top to this box. It was just open. It looks like one of those boxes that people like bring their office supplies in or something, you know? And I'm like, what?
So weird.
the box probably got ruined and then they like repackaged it for you or something.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they all came okay because I was worried when I saw that box on my front door and I'm like, no.
Yeah, I'd be worried too.
How did you guys do?
I ate dinner. I did not read.
I
What did you
accidentally fell asleep. I was like, let me lay down and get cozy. Instantly knocked out. I had to go get a coffee.
Nice.
It would have been funny if we came back on and you're just asleep in your camera. How'd you do, Hannah?
I put my kids to bed, got some wine. Kids are sleeping, and I read like, I don't know, 20, 25 pages or something.
Productive.
I really want some wine right now, but my license is expired and I don't have like my new one in yet. And they denied me one time, and now I'm too afraid to ever try to use my expired license. So I'm just waiting for the new license to come in. So let me know in the comments how you all did that sprint. I saw we had some more people join. I think we left off here on the comments. This is about the gorilla romance. What? You don't want to read a gorilla romance? Like, come on.
No.
Joining a bit late. But for this first sprint, I'll be working on my September TBR post. I know there's so many TBRs been going up, including mine. I had a double TBR this month, which reminds me, everyone in this sprint, you know, Mel, Hannah, and Riley, they're all linked in the description box below. So everyone watching, make sure to go subscribe to them. Just joined Reading the Great Night. It's a Midsummer Night's Dream retelling. That's awesome.
I think everyone's subscribed to Riley, so
I felt a bit
if
silly.
you're not, like, what are you doing?
I still linked her just in case, you know, maybe there's one people.
All the love.
Hi, thanks for joining, eating dinner, and then I'll be trying to finish Hunting Adeline tonight. Let me know how you're liking Hunting Adeline because I've been wanting to read it. This, yeah.
I just downloaded the audiobook for the first one. It was released today. So
Really? Okay, audiobook makes it move way up the TBR.
Is that reverse harem?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so.
What's
think it's
the
just
one
like
that's like
everything.
ghosts, but it's like reverse harem, but they're ghosts?
Oh, that's what's that called? It's by Christy
I thought
Cunningham.
that was that.
Four Psychos. I think.
Oh, okay. That's the one I
Never
wanna
King is
read.
the one with Peter Pan. That's reverse harem.
Oh, the Never King. Yeah,
Mhm.
I wasn't a big fan, but
I want to read that one. I'm reading Hooked first. I was going back and forth if I want to read Hooked or Never King first, just because they're both the Peter Pan dark romance retellings, but I'm doing Hooked next month.
Speaking of Hooked, I literally just saw somebody post that the audiobook is $1.99 on Chirped right now for Hooked. So,
Magic.
I thought it was on KU.
the audiobook.
Oh, audio. Okay.
Hello, Gabby. Thanks for joining. Hello, Nat. Hello, Kelly. Hello. Thanks for joining. Oops, the comments just jumped. Okay. Read 46 pages. Nice. Very good. It's like a page a minute. 26 pages, but also shut my eyes for a little bit. You and Riley both, apparently.
and my kids.
Yes, and Hannah's children. 44 pages. Good job, Tammy. Joined late, read 15 pages. Nice. Joined late, but up to about 45% into my killer vacation. Let me know how you're liking it, because I enjoyed it, but I'm definitely apparently in the minority opinion on that book of enjoying it, because a lot of people
try it, but I'm
I
scared.
liked it too. I gave it 4 stars.
Nice. I
I
gave
thought Olivia. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Hannah.
I think Olivia reads a latte. I thought she really liked it too, but she read it like a while. I think she read it when it was an arc. It was a while ago.
I think I'm just thinking I'm in the minority opinion because Michelle did that rom-com-a-thon, readathon, and that was their group book. And I was like fighting for my life defending my opinion of this book because they all didn't like it for valid reasons, you know, fair enough. But we can't all have taste. Reading The Suffering, nice. 15 pages, came in a bit late. Well, thanks for coming. Hello, joined late, but I'm reading Court by Tracy Wolff. Those books are long. I read the first 2 books, and they were interesting. I was liking them when I thought they were a throwback to the early 2000s, and then I found out that they were published in like 2020, and I was like, wait a second. They feel very early 2000s.
I think it's supposed to be maybe a homage, maybe.
They were like charmingly retro to that time for me, and then they threw in like I think a TikTok reference. And I was like,
gosh, it's
I've
hard
never
to
heard of
believe
them.
that TikTok didn't exist. Past, like, years ago.
I hate when books reference TikTok. And I love TikTok. I'm not a TikTok hater, but I hate when books reference it.
Yeah. I just hate pop culture references in general. Like,
Mhm.
it always makes me cringe.
Me too.
Same. And pop culture references, especially with like TikTok and memes for me, because those are so quick that they become outdated. I feel like the second they're written down, and then it's just kind of cringy.
Unless it's like nostalgia pop culture, like 80s, 90s, like with like Grady Hendrix.
Yeah.
But like modern day, I'm not down for. I don't know.
It can go too far for me too sometimes, though. Like even the 80s nostalgia, I'm like, all right, at some point you gotta rein it back in just a little bit.
I think the problem with like current pop culture is when something that's supposed to be current is referenced in the book, it's immediately outdated, and then it feels weird because it's trying to be so topical to today's time, but then it isn't anymore, so it feels out of touch. Where when the references to pop culture are supposed to be historic references, then they work better because they're still doing the job that they're intending.
Yeah.
Listening to the audiobook of My Heart is a Chainsaw. I own this book. I have not read it yet, but it's been sitting on my shelf staring at me for like a year.
I know, same. I need to read that.
Just subscribe to everyone else, so now I'm following you all. Great.
Oh, thank you.
Trying to finish the Dragon Bride tonight.
Good luck with those double eggplants.
I love it.
I haven't read this one yet.
That is the book that inspired the shirt, not lying. Even though we all gave it like 2 stars, that is the book that inspired the shirt.
You know,
that's a high 4-star.
It was fun to read together. It was a lot of fun to read together.
The sprints when you guys were reading The Dragon's Bride all together is when I first found you guys. Those are my very first.
No. That's a horrible sprint.
What are they talking about? But now I really want to read it. Michelle, I think that's from
You should read it. It is a entertaining time.
I like Katie Robert. I really like even her newer stuff, like the Neon God series. They're not like favorites, but they've all been 4 stars for me. My Killer Vacation characters are annoying at times, but enjoying the story so far. Good. Yeah, the characters, especially the female love interest and her brother, are very quirky characters, and sometimes those kind of characters don't work for me, but they worked for me in this book. Got distracted by work, which I should be for doing more than reading anyway, but did make some progress in your audiobook. great.
At work, Deb, just forget it. You get to go home in like 20 minutes anyway.
I love when you can listen to audiobooks at work too. Sometimes when I'm grading things that are really just inputting the same points over and over, I'll listen to an audiobook. But one time last semester when I was doing that, I accidentally gave someone 1,000 points when I meant to give them 10 points. And I didn't realize until 3 weeks later. They never told me that they had 1,000 points in their grade book. I'm like, why did they have like such a high percentage?
That's hilarious.
Loved Haunting Adeline.
I probably wouldn't have said anything either.
I was like, come on, man. That one was really dark, but the second book is even darker and some parts are hard to get through, but I'm still liking it. I almost read this book for a summer wean, but then I was hearing some people say that it was kind of boring, so I didn't read it. But it's still on my TBR. I just put it off from the summer wean TBR.
Believe it or not, Cassidy had a really good time with it. And you know how she is about her romances. So
yeah, I can never predict when she is going to like a romance.
Yeah.
Definitely look up trigger warnings if you have any triggers. Yeah, I've heard that it gets really dark at moments. Love Katie Roberts. I still need to read her Disney villain series.
Desperate Measures is like my favorite Katie Robert.
You have to start those, yeah.
What are your guys' favorite ones in that series? Like, because each one is
three.
Right?
I don't remember. Hold on. Let me look them up.
I've only read up to 3, and 3 was probably my favorite.
I think it was the fourth one, the one that's the Beast. The Beast.
That's everybody's favorite.
That's the next one that I have to read because I've read the first 3, but so far Desperate Measures is my favorite, and then my other favorite Katie Robert is that first vampire one, The Sacrifice, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And so I pre-ordered the new. It's like a bind up. I didn't realize that her new book coming out. It's actually a bind up of that series.
Yeah.
So I pre-ordered it. I'm just going to read it all together. I'm going to reread the first one and then just go through them all.
I read those.
So good.
I only read the first one, The Sacrifice, but I was waiting for all of it to come out so I could read it all.
I just finished that series in August. I read the last book in her vampire series. It was good.
How'd you like it?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I feel like some of them didn't have a ton of plot, which, is fine. I like smut too, but sometimes I was getting a little bit bored when the scenes were getting a bit repetitive. But the last book had my preferred balance of plot and smut together. So I liked the last book a lot because, but the smut, there's like unique smut scenes. It's reverse harem. There's a lot of different things that could happen in a smut scene for reverse harem, I feel like. So it was a good book to have a lot of smut in. It was just like on the edge of being boring at times for me throughout the series. I think all of the books were like I think they were like 3 or 4 stars for me.
That's good though.
Hello, Cami. Wicked Villain series is so good. I know. I think they're on KU now. I think.
No, or at least not on mine.
I feel like they were on there for a little bit, and then maybe they're gone now.
Rachel, you have fantasy readers and thriller readers here too. We read all the things.
Yeah, I think.
Riley, what's your favorite Katie Robert?
Oh gosh, probably Neon Gods. I don't love the Wicked Villain series. I like them, or I didn't like the first one a whole lot, but the second and third one were okay. I don't know. I feel like she can be a little one-dimensional for me, where there's just kind of one thing that she does a lot of.
Yeah.
So I'm still kind of waiting on so I think Neon Gods just had a little bit more of a plot in it than some of her others, and that's why I liked it a little bit better.
I'm simple. My favorite is Your Dad Will Do.
I haven't read that one.
I need to read.
I want to read that so bad.
Straight to the point, That's what
I like it. I like it.
Even from
that, because I read Birthday Girl and the Doctor and Praise.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to read that because I love I think Neon Gods actually DNF'd. So, but I want to go back to it. It's just that when I go to Katie Roberts, I expect it to be like low plot. So when I went to Neon Gods, I was like, okay, but like,
Yeah. Whereas I like a little bit more. Well, I don't know. It just depends on what I'm in the mood for. So I will say, like, when we were talking about Haunting Adeline, I read Satan's Affair and did not realize that it is like a sort of kind of prequel to Haunting Adeline. And it is one of the weirdest novellas. I was reading it and thought, this is going to be a 1-star. I hate this so much. Got to about the last 10%, and suddenly I was like, this last 10% was 5-star. Everything makes sense. I love the world.
Yeah, I haven't read that, but one of my friends like spoiled the whole thing for me, like told me every single thing that happens. And I was just like,
it is
what?
wild.
I need to read that. Hello. Riley introduced Cami to Katie Robert. Yeah, I think when I was first getting into romance, that's when I found Riley's channel because I was looking for romance recommendations, and I think she introduced me to Katie Robert too. It took me a while to actually read Katie Robert, but you know, you put a bunch of books on your TBR that you hear recommendations for, and you're like, one day. Yeah, I read them all on KU Vampire series, but I think the bind up looks really pretty, so I might get it.
That's pretty.
Not a huge romance reader either. Some rom-com, some fantasy with romance, but it doesn't tend to be a go-to genre for me. Fair enough. Yeah,
We still love you.
like we said, all of us read all the genres, it seems like. But I do love romance.
I mean, Hannah's over here talking about she needs smut, forget the plot, and then she picks up the last argument of Kings. So
I need to read this. Okay, the only like it wasn't like a dad, you know, age gap type romance. I mean, it wasn't like a boyfriend's dad romance, but it was like age gap where it was similar vibes. But it was Credence by Penelope Douglas, and that was the first Penelope Douglas I ever read.
Is on my TBR for this. I gotta read it. I just bought it.
I kind of like
7 by her.
I need to read other age gap romance because I've heard that the one I read was kind of the most wild one. Like maybe I should try the more normal ones.
Did you like it?
I did like it. There's so many things that I feel like I don't like in that book, but then I just still liked it. Follow so many booktubers who read differently than me, though. I wish I liked smut, but I'll just let other people enjoy it instead. You know, maybe one day you will like it. I feel like my tastes are always changing in what genres I prefer. I used to be only a fantasy reader, and in the last 2 years, I've started reading everything. But yeah, I definitely follow booktubers that read differently than me, too. It's just fun to hear about all the books. Neon Gods is on my September TBR. I hope you like it. I liked it. But yeah, it definitely is. If you're used to Katie Roberts' other books, it's definitely more plot heavy than her other stuff.
I mean, it has some smut.
It has some good smut.
I'm thinking there's no smut because there is smut.
Reading Gingerbread by Helen Oyeyemi. I don't know what this is. I need to look it up because I like the title of Gingerbread. All right. I think we are caught up on the comments. So we can go ahead and jump into another sprint if you guys are all ready for that. Yes, yes. Let me share my screen.
Loud as Ollie decides he needs to play. Perfect timing.
We're done already.
All right, I'll see everyone in 45 minutes. That timer scared me so much. How did everyone do? Let us know in the chat. I got to page 94. I'm still really liking this book so far, but I feel like I can predict everything that's going to happen in the next like 200 pages. So fingers crossed I'm wrong, but I am enjoying it. I'm scared. Yeah, I'm scared that it's all so obvious, but we'll see. How did you guys do?
I didn't read. Still not feeling it. Maybe a tomorrow thing.
Just here for the vibes.
Yeah.
I read like 30 pages, and then my mom called me to tell me that Starbucks is getting their pumpkin drinks tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's early. It's awesome.
I was hoping they would have already gotten them because Duncan has them and like, come on,
Yeah.
Starbucks. I'm going to Starbucks tomorrow for sure then.
I read like, I don't know. I got 20 more pages. I don't know. I'm reading this really slow.
You read something.
Well,
I read.
I feel like epic fantasy I always end up reading really slow. So
Yeah, and then and my cats are being crazy and
my dog keeps barking at nothing outside. Like I don't know what he's hearing. So he's just spending a little bit of a nap time in the other room because he's managed. But yeah, let's see. Trying to find where we left off. I think it was around here. Rye is back. She's been filming. I was supposed to film today, and then I had no energy.
Well, I need to film like 2 videos, and I was not feeling it today.
Yeah, I also have to film 2 videos for this week, but nope, not today.
There's always tomorrow.
I accidentally, instead of pressing stop camera, I pressed stop screen share. And then I was just like my face big being like, starting Upgrade. I hope you really like it, Lexi. I loved Upgrade. I think I still like Dark Matter and Recursion more, but all of them got 5 stars from me. Filmed and you're not cutting things out. Maybe you are cutting things out for your classroom. It's so bad at using scissors, so it takes you forever. Man, all the work that teachers have to do to like decorate their classrooms is insane. I mean, that looks like it would take multiple days full of work to do, and just the creativity required to make your classroom look like that.
I think you need to enlist Sam because I feel like he could do scissors. He might not be good at scissors, but I feel like he could do scissors.
He could do all the cutting for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just came in on this last run. Well, hello, Alex. Thanks for coming. Got about 15 pages read. Nice. What are you reading? Did the dishes and read a little bit of Dragon's Bride. I need to do the dishes so bad. It's embarrassing right now how badly I need to do the dishes.
I hate the dishes.
I hate them too. I have so many mugs in my sink right now.
I can't decide what my least favorite chore is. Probably laundry, but dishes are a close second.
I think dishes are my least favorite. Pumpkin spice season. I am definitely getting a pumpkin cream cold brew tomorrow. Delicious. So good.
I wish I liked pumpkin flavored stuff.
I love pumpkin stuff.
See, that's why I like the pumpkin cold brew, because pumpkin spice latte, that's like too much pumpkin for me. But then the pumpkin cold brew, it's like just the right amount.
Might need to try it.
You should try it because it's really creamy too. So I feel like it's not as spicy as the other pumpkin drinks.
To get like a tall. Maybe once I have my olfactories back, that could be a thing.
They also have they had it last year, but I think they redid the recipe for this year. I saw somewhere the apple caramel apple macchiato or something like that. I got it last year and I hated it last year, but I'm still gonna try it again this year.
It's really sweet, for sure. But
something about an
I just
apple
have like a
coffee,
happy memory with it.
Yeah, apple coffee is like a weird concept, but it's caramel with the apple. So then I'm like, caramel coffee works. Last year it was kind of gross, to be honest, but in my opinion. But I heard they rated it this year because a lot of people thought it was gross. So I'm still gonna try it because I try all of Starbucks new drinks.
You should try it and tell me if it's better.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Work at a cafe and got our pumpkin drinks back 2 weeks ago. It's been great. I wish Starbucks got it earlier because I started my semester like last week, and I would have loved walking into class with a pumpkin spice latte, pumpkin cream brew.
You would be living your Gilmore Girls best life if you had seen Gilmore Girls.
You know, I need to watch it. I really want to watch it this fall.
That's all I
Wait.
did today was watch that.
Yes, you heard me right.
No. You haven't seen Gilmore Girls.
I haven't seen Gilmore Girls. No, I don't know.
Why?
I mean, I know
Crime
like
against humanity.
Kaylee, listen. September 1st.
What?
It's your time.
oh gosh, yeah. I know like there's a cozy coffee shop, like Rory's coffee shop, right?
There's
That's
so much
the name.
coffee.
So much.
Lorelai is a name in there. Yeah, I don't really know much about Gilmore Girls. I don't even know the premise of the show, but I'm gonna try it.
It's the best fall show. Like it'll put you in a cozy fall mood instantly.
Perfect. 70% Twisted Games. I love Twisted Games so much. It's one of my favorite romances because it's a bodyguard princess romance. Oh, so good.
Yeah, I liked that one.
43 pages. Nice. Getting a new bookshelf Friday. I think I'll go get Starbucks now too. You should. I need a
I
new
just took
bookshelf.
my cam and my mic off for a second because I think my phone's not charging.
Okay. I need a new bookshelf so bad. Like I have all my books double stacked right now because there's just no room for them. But once I get my new bookshelf, I'm officially out of room for any more bookshelves. So I really need to get like my life together and stop buying so many books.
Just unhaul and make room for new ones.
I know. Went from 45% to 55%. Guess I'm gonna have to take my afternoon break at Starbucks tomorrow. I think we're all gonna be going to Starbucks tomorrow.
You can get it brought to me.
77% Salem's Lot. Been playing the audio all day, enjoying it so much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I really like Salem's Lot. That's one of the first Stephen King books I ever read, and I read it with my mom, so it has like a special place in my heart.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ate dinner, chicken fajitas, sounds so good, and watched my TBR video. Thank you. And almost finished Saga. Nice. Usually your mom does the cutting. Yeah. Just got here at starting Babel. I am so jealous. I need to start Babel, Olivia. Hopefully you like it. I feel like I've only seen one review and it was a 5-star review. So I'm just going with everyone is loving Babel so far.
I've seen a lot of really good reviews.
Okay, that's good.
I haven't
seen reviews. I've just been seeing people reading it, but like no one I follow has finished it yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is
I think
everyone
it's
saying?
slow.
Yeah.
The footnotes. I'm just sitting here looking at my Illumicrate copy going, I can't read you, so I don't know how I'm going to read it because there's no way I'm reading that.
I am so jealous you got the Illumicrate copy. As soon as the boxes
Only reason I hadn't canceled.
As soon as the boxes announced that they were doing Babel, I knew I was going to be too late, but I went on all the wait lists for them to try to get, and none of them got to me in time. I mean, I need to buy it from the store, but I've been kind of salty that I didn't get a pretty copy, so I haven't bought it yet.
It just went on sale on Amazon for like $10 off or something. Like
Really?
yesterday I was looking, yes.
Riley's like,
hardcover.
thank you.
And
Let me look
I
up-
almost bought it, but like I haven't had any I've had 2 positive Dark Academia experiences, but neither of them do I feel are like the traditional Dark Academia. So I'm kind of scared. I'm like, I don't know. So I think I want to read Ninth House first because I think that's more traditional, right?
No, well, it's more like spooky than Dark Academia to me. When I think like traditional Dark Academia, I think If We Were Villains and The Secret History, stuff like that.
DNF Secret History.
But this one is more fantasy based, so right? I'm thinking
I don't know. I have heard Cassidy's reading it, and she said it's really smart people and it's slow because there are a ton of footnotes and very historical. But she's not far. So
I trust R.F. Kuang to make it super good because the Poppy War, amazing. So I'm definitely buying this next when we go into our next sprint because it's only $19 on Amazon as a little PSA to everyone in the chat.
Oh
awesome.
no, I'm like debating if I should buy this right now. I wasn't
Sorry,
planning
guys.
on doing it soon.
Do it.
Laundry sucks. I also need to do laundry. I'm just behind on all of my chores right now. Thank God I live alone because I'm like a little
Nobody needs to know.
right now. No one needs to see
Yeah,
what's
my
happening.
laundry room is like full of laundry.
The pumpkin cream cold brew is the best. Yeah, it's so good. I only tried it for the first time like last year and it changed my life. That sounds like an exaggeration. I'm not exaggerating. Reading a short story anthology called Black Enough by a bunch of Black authors. That's awesome. I'm gonna have to look into this. I've been trying to read more anthologies because I've only really read Stephen King's short story anthologies, and I feel like that's a not very many anthologies to have read. So need to branch out. Mostly love the pumpkin and not so much the spice. Well, sometimes I feel like people say pumpkin flavor and then they really just mean cinnamon and nutmeg flavored.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think I like the pumpkin cream cold brew because it's a really creamy pumpkin spicy drink. It's not just pure spice.
Yeah.
Managed to read 42 pages of my killer vacation and I'm loving this book. Yay! Over halfway now and I just know I'm finishing it tonight. It's also pretty short too, so it's a quick read just both in how it's written and it being short. Around the same spot. Nice. The apple one was gross because Starbucks never stirs their stuff. I know. Okay, Starbucks did me so dirty one time when I got a drink and then I had to go give like a big presentation. So I had my Starbucks and I realized during the presentation, this was a long presentation, it was like an hour-long presentation, that the drink was not stirred at all. All the syrup was on the bottom and then the espresso and the milk was fully on top and there was no straw. So I was thirsty during my presentation, so I was still drinking it, but it was straight milk and then straight espresso and then goopy nastiness at the end. And after that, I always make sure that I stir my Starbucks drinks because I don't trust them.
Yeah. I always do the thing where like I cover the hole and then I like shake it and just pray that it doesn't spill.
Yeah, I usually will do that, but I was like, I didn't even notice until I was in front of the people for the presentation. I was like, how do I secretly just like, hold on, everyone. It was, and I don't even like the taste of coffee that much. And so when I got to the espresso part, I was like suppressing gags. Oh, you've never seen
Right?
No, I've never seen it. Everyone, thank you, Alex. We can watch it together.
Intervention.
Rye's like, wait a second, who are you?
Have you not seen her phone case? It's literally a Gilmore Girls phone case.
I know. I saw that on her sprints the other night. She was showing off the Gilmore Girl phone case. I think it was her sprints. And yeah, it was really cute. I just didn't really understand it. Okay, it looks like we're all going to be reading Gilmore Girls. We're all going to be watching Gilmore Girls this fall. So we can understand books and Gilmore Girls.
Watch Gilmore Girls every fall.
There's going to be new people this time watching it. Literally watch it every season. Just restart back to season 1. Gilmore Girls didn't age well. I'm curious if I will like it then if it's a show you
I
have
don't agree. I think that it's aged just fine. I mean, sure, there's probably problematic parts to it, but
there's a lot of older shows that
problematic in everything. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of older shows that I still like that have those old problematic things in them.
I mean, I think Gilmore Girls aged better than other shows from around that time. So I don't know.
It's always funny when you go back to something that you haven't seen since then. And you're like, this was so good. And then you watch it and you're like, oh my God. You just drop some casual slurs on the movies and stuff. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Haven't watched it either.
Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be me after I get this next bookshelf because I'm just in a small little apartment here. I cannot be having. I'm acting like I have a whole library room or something. Like, they're just in my kitchen. They're in the place where my dining table is supposed to go. Comfort show. I have been wanting a new comfort show because I'm kind of getting tired of mine because they've been rewatched many, many times now. So maybe Gilmore Girls will take that spot.
What's your comfort shows?
It's just the basic ones, like The Office and Parks and Rec and all of those ones. I still love them, but we're getting to the point where I've seen them so many times now that I need to branch out a little bit. New Girl too. New Girl.
Yeah.
And Criminal Minds. That's the one weird comfort.
That's a
show
good one. That's a good one.
I've
Girl
never
Minds
watched
my heart.
Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
Right.
In the fall, especially.
You need to try.
I'm just like, there's so many seasons. It like intimidates me.
Well,
You
it's
have to watch it in order.
yeah, it's episodic, so it doesn't
Oh,
like.
really?
Yeah, you can just choose random episodes. I mean, the character storylines will a tiny bit move throughout the episodes, but it's like 99% an episodic show where you don't need to watch it in order because it's just they solve the whole case in that one episode. But they're just the character interactions, they're so like charming and it's formulaic but in a nice comforting way where you know what you're expecting. And even though it's about serial killers, it's comforting because you know they're going to catch the serial killer,
But especially too for you, Riley, you'll get to see the connection with the Mind F series because you'll see exactly how inspired I think that the author was by the series, especially just like with the quotes at the beginning of every episode and just a lot of it like it was very clearly like it's Reed and a serial killer and you'll know
Olivia Spencer, yes.
Yeah.
Spencer.
What's that
I
actor's
was looking at something the other day that was like the hottest detective or something. I don't even remember who it was, but I was like, no, that is what's his name from Criminal Minds. What's the tall, handsome black dude with the shaved head? What's his name?
Oh,
Morgan.
Oh my God, he's.
I'm a Reed girly. Reed is superior.
Reed is nice too. Reed is nice too.
Morgan is.
But oh my gosh.
I mean, Morgan is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but
He is beautiful.
Something about Reed just speaks to
There's
me.
some pretty hot people across the board in that show. I mean, there's some not hot people too, but there's some hot people.
Is it still on Netflix?
Yeah, I think so. Aren't
As far
they
as I know.
rebooting it too? I thought I saw somewhere that it was getting like a reboot.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, but they like just ended. So what was the point in ending if they're going to reboot it right away?
And I gotta Google it.
Need a good reading chair. The one you have is old and broken. Chairs are expensive. I just got like a nice reading chair and it was quite the purchase.
It is getting rebooted.
Ooh.
Fly. Sorry.
I'd need to go to Dunkin' to try their like nutty pumpkin drink. I've been hearing good things about that one. But Starbucks is literally like a 2-minute walk from my house. So when Starbucks has their pumpkin stuff, catch me walking there 3 times a day. Heard such good things about Babel. It intimidates me though. Yeah, I'm excited to read it. I just don't know when I'll read it. But September is a really good month to read it actually because of Dark Academia. Maybe I need to fit it in. If you want YA Dark Academia, I highly recommend Ace of Spades. Yeah, I second this. Ace of Spades is awesome. Get Out and The Gossip Girl. Get Out meets The Gossip Girl. And that's such a great summary of the book right there. Like you know all the vibes from Get Out meets Gossip Girl for that book. Might get the ebook since the print is apparently tiny. Oh, I didn't hear about that. But there are footnotes in it, right? So maybe that's why there's small print.
I wonder how the footnotes are in the audiobook.
I've heard it's done well.
Yeah.
Sometimes footnotes in audiobooks are really annoying to me.
I like it when they have 2 different narrators, like a narrator for the main and then a narrator for so that way you can tell it's a footnote.
Mm-hmm. Love short story anthologies. Pretty much only read YA ones, but Black Enough's a really good one thus far. But I love stuff with multiple authors. Yeah, and I want to. I'm gonna check out this one, and there's also a horror one that got released like last year, maybe year before, that has a bunch of different authors in it too, not just one author's horror short stories.
You know what I want to try is I remember who did I hear about it from? I can't remember, but it was Tattoo Me or something like that, and it's like an anthology of like Arctic horror stories.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, like Tattoo Me or Tack to Me. I'm not sure, but I can't think of her name. Oh my goodness. She's in Scotland and she has blonde hair and she wrote the book about Greek mythology. The booktuber who wrote the Greek mythology book.
I don't know who you're
I
talking
know.
about.
I'm lost too.
Oh goodness.
We'll give you some time to think about it.
The only booktubers I know in Scotland is like Cody and Ashley and G, but none of them have written Greek mythology books. So
yeah, she wrote it with it's like a kids one though.
don't
Alex,
know.
we should watch it together. Maybe we could do a little
What the chat says.
group party.
Yeah, let's see if
Oh,
anyone
Jean's
knows
Book
who
of
I'm talking about.
Oh, does
Is that
it? Jean.
Hannah? Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, Jean.
Sorry, I'm too far back in the chat. I didn't see it. Let me try to get through this chat a little bit quicker. Yeah, there are some problematic things, but it's filmed in the early 2000s. I feel like everything filmed in the early 2000s has like just so much stuff they dropped in where you're like looking back, you're like, why was this in here? Didn't like Gilmore Girls. Wasn't your cup of tea. One Tree Hill. I don't know what this is about.
It's nostalgia and kind of terrible, but also entertaining.
Basketball and melodrama.
Yes.
Yes, for Criminal Minds being a comfort show, it totally is.
Yes.
Riley, you would literally love Spencer so much. Yeah, that's when I was saying Reed, Spencer Reed. He's the man.
All right, I'll check it out.
He gave it in the best way.
Criminal Minds was canceled, so at least no new episodes are coming down the pipe. None Shall Sleep is a great book that pairs well with this show. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. Read, girly. Yes, Read. I mean, I love Morgan too. Don't get me wrong. It's just Read. They really did. Read went through so much. Like that poor baby, you know? I was just rooting for him, but man, they really put him through it.
Mm-hmm.
Love Ace of Spades. Yeah, Ace of Spades was good. Hi, Katrina. Thanks for coming. Reading Remember Me. Also eating chips and rewatching Haunting of Hill House. I'm teaching the book Haunting of Hill House in my class this semester, and I'm trying to fit in some episodes that they have to watch just because I want to rewatch the show.
Yeah, I want to rewatch that in October.
Because the show really doesn't have much to do with the book at all, but it's just so good. Yes, love to buddy watch it. Yeah, I mean, with the watch parties, it's so easy to buddy watch stuff now. We definitely should do a Gilmore Girls buddy watch.
I think does Chris do those with Gilmore Girls for her Patreon?
I want to say maybe.
I'm not sure. Hello, Kim. Teddy was being bad, so he's in the other room right now. He was banished because he was barking too much. Thanks for stopping by, Kim. Hello, Em. Thanks for coming. Love that we were talking about Criminal Minds. Morgan and Garcia are my favorite. Okay, I used to love Garcia. This might be blasphemy for the Criminal Minds fans here, okay? I used to love her. The rewatch I just completed, she's annoying right now. She's a little bit annoying.
No.
Garcia's annoying me a bit.
She can be. It depends on the episode, but she can definitely just like push the like. It's adorable but then it like goes over the line to annoying very like easily.
Yeah.
I don't like hate her or dislike her. It's just she used to be my favorite and now she's not my favorite. You want to take my class? Yes, thank you. This is the first class I'm teaching at this university that I got to control everything. So, like, control the entire syllabus and the whole reading list. So, I've been having a lot of fun with it so far. Been writing an essay response. We love you too, Em. Thanks for coming. I'm sorry you're having some flares, but I'm glad you're still able to make it. Will there be any more sprints? Yes, we're just about to go into our next sprint, and this will probably be our last sprint. So I'm going to, I think it's going to sound again, so hold on. Okay, I am sharing the screen. Okay, I will see everyone in 44 minutes and 49 seconds. Hello.
No.
How did everyone do in the comments? That was our last sprint. Couldn't figure out how to do the banner, but I did figure it out in the middle of that sprint. I got to page 122, so made pretty good progress. Even though it's predictable, I am still enjoying it so far. So I don't know why I'm still enjoying it if I feel like I can predict everything that's going to happen, but I am still enjoying it. How did you guys do? Did you end up reading anything, Mel?
No, I needed to pack some Pango books and spent half the sprint looking for a book, and I cannot find it and have no idea how it could have possibly gone anywhere unless I packed it with another book and didn't realize it. But I cannot find it anywhere, and I don't know what happened to it.
Oh.
So I had to message the person. I was like, "Is there another one about the same price you want? You want me to cancel it? Because I can't find your book."
Maybe someone that you sent a different book out to is going to get a surprise bonus book in their package.
I don't know. Maybe.
How'd you do, Riley?
Good. I'm like halfway through my book now, and I'm loving it. It's so cute.
That's awesome. I definitely need to read that one soon.
What's
What about
it about?
It's about this witch who goes to like teach these like little kid witches magic, and then there's a grumpy librarian, and there's like a found family. So cute.
That sounds so good.
Sounds cute. I'm loving my book. I'm just like,
Are you not?
No.
no, it's gonna be a 5-star. Like it's just, you know how it is when it's like in the last third of like the last book in a fantasy series, where it's just like I don't want it to end, but I want to know what's gonna happen. But like, how is it all gonna end? Because like, how is this all gonna come together? Like, my brain is like exploding, kind of thing.
Especially if you've been with characters for that long, it feels painful to say goodbye to them at the end of the series.
These characters are so complex too. Like, they're all a-holes, but they're like lovable a-holes. They're my a-holes, you know?
Yeah. I have the first book in that series, and I saw in the first book that there's a torturer point of view, and I'm like, that sounds good. I need to read that. Yeah. It's like, I don't think I've read from a torturer's point of view before.
So the three like main perspectives are, there's a barbarian who is extremely violent, and then there's a torturer who's he's crippled, and he's tortures for a living, and he's crippled from being tortured. And then there's a total like cocky a-hole like lord dude. Knight.
I've heard that may or may not be the next catch-up book club starting in January, so I keep putting it off, thinking that that's probably what it's going to be. So we'll see. I'm excited to read it.
Reading Keepsake. I hope you're enjoying your book. You're probably already gone, Alex. But thanks for stopping by. Finish your book. Congrats. It's a good feeling. I think I'm going to stay up late and maybe just read this whole book tonight. I don't know. Showered and read 8 pages of Haunting Adeline. Nice. Started an Ember in Ashes this sprint. Got to page 36. Liking it so far. Nice. I really enjoyed this book when it came out for YA Fantasy. I haven't reread it at all, but I liked it in its moment. 80% into Twisted Games. I see that you corrected yourself down here. Nice. And I hope you're still loving it. I know, Kiki, you were reading From Blood and Ash and not loving it, though. Hopefully this romance is working more for you. And reading a few pages in Glow. Nice. Well, this is the end of the sprint. It looks like I am caught up on comments. So again, everyone is linked in the description. Please go subscribe to everyone. And I'm putting in the chat a link if you want more sprints to Hannah's recent reads. channel because she's currently sprinting right now. She has birthday sprints going on. So if you want to jump from these sprints over to her sprints, go ahead and tell her happy birthday. But thank you all for coming. And I do sprints on my channel every Monday now. So if you want more sprints, come back on Monday. Bye.
Bye.